They mocked Earth at the Council. The next morning, humanity's fleets were gone. HFY story. The Grand Convergence Hall of the Galactic Council was built to intimidate. The walls curved inward like the ribs of a titan, humming with ancient energies older than most civilizations represented inside. Holographic banners floated overhead, each displaying the emblem of a member species. Some were symbols of peace, some of conquest, some of philosophies no human tongue could pronounce. Into this arena stepped Ambassador Lyra Cassim. She wore no ornamentation. Just a matte gray Terran diplomatic coat, 2 silver rank bands on her collar, and a small datapad in her hand. Behind her, a dozen other humans followed silently. Researchers, envoys, strategists, all bearing the same expressionless calm. The calm of a species that had reached its limit. As Lyra reached the central platform, the murmurs from the alien delegates grew louder. Terrans again. They always want something. First they colonize everything they see, and now they ask for protection. Lyra ignored them. She placed her datapad down and projected a hologram, a star map of the frontier, overlaid with growing red swarms. The Kryloth Expanse. The place humans had fought for months alone. She took a breath. Honored Council members, she began, Earth requests emergency military support. The Zethan Collective has launched a full-scale assault across our outer colonies. These swarms do not communicate. They do not negotiate. They consume planets. Snickers rose from the sharpened beaks of the Flexty delegates. Lyra continued. They have overrun 3 settlements. Millions are displaced. Millions more may die. The collective intends to break through Terran space and enter Council territory. We ask, not beg, not demand, ask for joint intervention. Silence. Then the laughter began. A low rumbling from the 6-throated Harnack. A shrill, chiming laugh from the crystalline VYR. A full-throated howl from the reptilian Draxon. Lyra stood still. Senator Verlin of the crystalline species floated forward, her form refracting light like a mocking prism. Ambassador Cassim, she said, each word ringing like glass, Earth asked us for aid 3 cycles ago. And the cycle before that. Always you say there is danger. Another crystal delegate chimed in. If Earth cannot manage its own pests, why should the galaxy intervene? Laughter again. Councillor Hall of the Draxon leaned forward, reptilian eyes glittering with amusement. Perhaps the Terrans expanded too quickly. Perhaps you thought yourselves stronger than you are. And now? Now you face consequences. Lyra's jaw tightened. The Zethan Collective will not stop at us. And you assume they will reach us? Hal sneered. We have held this council for tens of thousands of years. Humanity has been here for what? A blink. More laughter. Echoing. Cruel. Lyra waited until it faded. Is that the Senate's decision? She asked softly. You will not assist Earth. The High Speaker of the Council, a being of translucent fog, drifted closer. The decision, it whispered, is unanimous. We will not intervene. A hush fell. Even the mockers paused at the finality of the words. Lyra closed her eyes once. So be it, she said. Thank you for your decision. Earth will adjust accordingly. She turned. The Terran delegation followed. Their boots hit the crystalline floor with unchanging rhythm, echoing like a war drum that no one recognized yet. Not a single human shouted, protested, or argued. They simply walked out. And as the doors sealed behind them, several councillors exchanged confused glances. Humans never left silently. The next morning, the galaxy awoke to panic. Not attack. Not invasion. Something worse. Humanity was gone. Every Terran diplomatic outpost shut down. Every human trade hub locked its gates. Every colony cut communication with foreign governments. Every shared research facility reported their human staff had departed overnight. Earth itself darkened its hyperlanes, sealing the routes humanity had once opened for all. The Terran fleet, the largest independent armada outside the Council, vanished from known space entirely. No sensor logs. No warp signatures. No faint trails of ion radiation. Just absence. The Council chambers erupted in chaos. What do you mean they withdrew all fleets? They were essential to border defense. They controlled half the wormhole network. We must summon the Terrans immediately. An envoy tried. The transmission bounced off a shimmering barrier surrounding Terran space. A barrier no species had ever seen before. In panic, Senator Hall slammed his claws on the table. Fools! They cannot just disappear. The humans rely on us. But a quiet voice answered. No, murmured the fog-like high speaker. We relied on them. 2 weeks passed. Then the Zethan Collective entered Council space. Not probing attacks. Not skirmishes. Destruction. Entire planets fell in hours. The swarms ignored attempts at communication. They tore through fleets as though physics itself bent in their favor. Council generals tried to rally defenses, but the truth became clear within a day. Humanity had been the buffer. Human space had been the shield. Without them, the galaxy stood exposed. Panic spread. Send envoys to Earth. Beg them if we must. Offer reparations. Offer anything. Attempts were made. Diplomatic ships approached Terran borders, only to be stopped by an invisible barrier, their messages swallowed by silence. The Council finally realized the terrible truth. Humanity had not left the Council. Humanity had left the galaxy. On the 17th day of the Zethan advance, a broadcast interrupted the Council's frantic session. A human face appeared. Ambassador Lyra Cassim. But she was not standing in a Senate chamber now. She stood aboard a Terran supercarrier, massive, angular, armored with unknown alloys. The hum of engines vibrated behind her. Members of the Council, she began. Every delegate froze. You mocked Earth, she continued. You dismissed our warnings. You ridiculed our people. And when millions cried for help, you chose pride. She stepped aside. The holoscreen shifted to reveal a sight that made even the ancient fog being recoil. A fleet. The largest fleet ever assembled. Terran dreadnoughts. Carrier swarms. Mobile shield platforms. Orbital forges. Ships built with technology far beyond anything the Council possessed. Where are you? Senator Verlin whispered, horrified. Lyra answered. Beyond the Perseus Rift. A region you dismissed as uninhabitable. We have made it our new home. Humanity has relocated outside Council space permanently. Shock. Silence. Despair. Councillor Hall growled. You would abandon the galaxy? Even now? Lyra met his eyes. You abandoned us first. She turned again. This time, the screen showed a massive cosmic storm swirling around a fleet formation, the Zethan Collective, advancing in horrifying numbers. We will stop the swarm, Lyra said. Not for your sake. For the innocence your arrogance doomed. Her eyes hardened. But understand this. After today, humanity stands alone. The connection terminated. The Battle of the Rift is now legend. The Zethan Collective hurled itself at humanity. Billions of biomechanical organisms collided with Terran hulls. Energy beams carved through the darkness. Entire star systems flashed with weapon signatures powerful enough to distort time. Human fleets fought not as individual ships, but as a single organism. Every maneuver precise. Every formation perfect. Every sacrifice calculated. And in the end, the humans unleashed something no council species had even theorized. The Hell Ion Wave. A burst of engineered stellar plasma harnessed and directed like a blade. It swept through the Zethan collective, disrupting their hive mind, cracking their armor, severing their bonds. The collective died. All of it. Not over years. Not over months. In a single hour. When the last Zethan bioship disintegrated, Terran fleets regrouped calmly, silently, victoriously. And then they vanished into the dark beyond the rift, without a word. Back in the council chambers, despair reigned. They saved us, one delegate whispered. And then left us, said another. They warned us, murmured the high speaker, drifting low. We laughed. And now we stand alone. The galaxy never forgot that day. The day humanity left without anger. Without threats. Without speeches. Just silence. A silence that echoed louder than any weapon. For the Council had mocked Earth. And the next morning, humanity's fleets were gone.